Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My master class in stress management. Not only for me, but for my crops. It's 6 a.m. If I hadn't said that already, I don't know if it is. We are loading up with some Miravis Neo. I like to spray fungicides first thing in the morning, but we are spraying what is our Better Yield, Better Deal trial this year, which is a Syngenta trial. A group 7, a group 3, and a group 11. Really what I'm worried about this year is tar spot. Corn looks about as good as it can be, but like I said, why are you stressed then? It's because we're so far behind. I've never seen a crop or been so happy with the way a crop looks and yet be so far behind. We just honestly can't seem to get haying done. Haying's kind of what I feel that I'm very far behind on. There's still probably like 150 first cutting acres of hay to cut, and it's July 16th. That's but I guess the way that you kind of feel consolidated or consoled is, there's a lot of people that are just in the same boat as I am. You gotta give yourself some grace. We're gonna get this sprayer loaded, hopefully quickly, because we're gonna be rocking about 20 gallon an acre worth of carrier. It's gonna be 20 gallon an acre worth of carrier. So you gotta be kind of fast on these loads, because I'm only gonna be pumping in 400 gallon of product. As I'm doing the pass, I'm also doing some foliar and a non-ionic surfactant, because we're making the pass already. So normally I would have my back boom on this, but I was able to, Dad just finished post soybeans like yesterday basically. I was able to go spray some fungicide on some soybeans to make sure the sprayer was good and clean, to spray fungicide on corn. And I basically have, oh look, in 30 minutes they've added rain to my forecast.
Gotta start zooming.
I just have today, and then I have another week of rain and no cutting hay. There was no rain supposed to be on Monday. By the time I looked at that last night, they've got rain on Monday now already. So, because I was just gonna live in a mower, change my address and everything.
It's too early for this.
Let it air up. Just for those who don't know, these Hagees run on airbags. Like a glider. Too early. I think that I'm gonna have to wait. Remember that whole thing about stress? Yeah, because it says the rain fastness is 2 hours. Or until the plant dries. So if you're like me and you want to spray first thing in the morning when the dew's on, what you think increases your effectiveness or helps, it's going to need that full 2 hours, because the dew might not come off until 10 o'clock, and then we get a rain. I didn't spray last night because there wasn't supposed to be any rain this morning, and I wanted to make sure that this trial was even, and I sprayed basically the same time of day I was going to go knock out this 50 acres. So I went and moved some dirt with the skid steer around the grain bin that's getting built, get it leveled out, and get my butt kicked, guys. Well, I waited an hour, and now the radar says that that's going to go low. They'll probably come hit me as soon as I'm done applying fungicide here. That's what will happen. We gotta go. You guys get a drone operator this morning to see.
Don't call me that, I usually crash it.
Yeah, she has crashed it.
I stumbled and I found most of my troubles are a result of the decisions that I've made. And they seem to always turn around when I put all my bad habits out. Ain't it funny how it all works out that way? It is now running saving it all to another town. Yeah, this loud hoe running down the road, it ain't easy, Lord. It'll trip you up, leave you man broken down. And at times I lose all control and I go crazy, Lord. You twist me up too tight and I come unwound. Yeah, this loud hoe running down the road, it ain't easy, Lord. It'll trip you up, leave you bent, broken down. And at times I lose all control and I go crazy, Lord. You twist me up too tight and I come unwound.
So that zip tie there in the middle of the boom is what I try and keep in the middle of the corn. So that's how I determine where to drive. 4 more acres to go here.
Heidi still wins for best buddy seat, but there ain't much in this world that makes me motion sick besides being on a boat, being in this sprayer.
Got it. Good news is trial's in. I'm gonna load to go to my farm to the Bachman farm, get that fungicide on there. That's actually a later planted corn, so it's actually just about prime time for that. Why don't we go hang out with the Syngenta boys as I get this sprayer loaded. Well guys, we've got another Syngenta check-in here. This isn't a great check-in. We're finding disease. Yeah, so let's look at diseases, talk about timing, talk about the Miravis Neo real quick. So, Miravis Neo, the 3 modes of action.
So we got a propaganazole in there for our triazole, which is more your curative. Then you got a strobi, it's a zoxystrobin, it's more your preventative. But then we have our SDHI molecule, adepidin technology, and that's what makes Miravis Neo. You know, that's a group 7 SDHI molecule. And we see plant health benefits even in the absence of disease, but this year we're seeing a lot of disease.
Yeah, this is like a fantastic year for disease. This though is probably optimal timing for fungicide.
Yeah.
It's like silks are, you know, pollinating. The pollen is dropping. You can see it all over the leaves. We're not quite at brown silk yet. Brown silk, we're getting closer to brown silk. But we're in a very good time to be putting fungicide on this one. And by standing in this corn, compared to the other corn that we've been in,
I haven't seen near as much.
I'm not really seeing anything. So the big one that we don't want to see is tar spot. The other big one that we don't want to see is southern rust. And then of course we have northern corn leaf blight that we have to worry about. And then our last one that we have to worry about is what's my other leaf?
Gray leaf spot.
Gray leaf spot, thank you. So out of those 4 that we've mentioned, we just haven't seen gray. And here's a map of what's been reported for counties wise on where diseases are at. And
I'll have to report 2 more.
I think we got to report 2 more counties after the day. And I feel like guys are probably going to need to start walking in their corn, because I think a lot more counties are going to be son of a gun. There's rust. Let's go look at some leaves and see what we're seeing. So we're at the bed of the truck, and stay with us. This might get a little long-winded, but there's going to be a lot of good information in this for you guys, because it's just been a good year for disease with this rain that we've had. Let's start with tar spot. I'll tell you kind of what I know about tar spot. Tar spot is pretty gnarly. It actually will also look like bug manure if you guys can see it on the plant right here. So that's tar spot, just looks like little spots of tar. If you lick your finger and you rub on the actual node and it comes off, congratulations, you just licked a bug crap. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, you've got tar spot. So we've found tar spot. Earlier planted corn looks like it's got significantly more tar spot in it, and I mean, we're seeing that in from various degrees. And if you look at this leaf right here, this is a special leaf. We've got tar spot, and then we also have southern rust.
Southern rust, like I said, you'll kind of have these markings here, and it's kind of hard to see, but you'll kind of have some red on as well. And the best thing to do is just rub your finger on it there, and if you get a little bit of like red rust on your finger, that's how you kind of identify southern rust. So common rust won't have that.
The next one that we have, where's our next beautiful leaf? There you go. Northern corn leaf blight. Big old cigar looking damaged blight spot. So
northern corn will go past those leaf margins and look like a cigar, you know, or like gray leaf spot will stay within those margins and look like a rectangle, you know. But we found all three today, and you know, today's July 18th, so there's a lot of season.
There's a lot. It's like, this is early.
Yeah.
This is very early, and that's very concerning as well too. Well, you know, I just like wish I was more chipper, but yeah, I just basically got told that my corn's all sick.
Yeah.
All right, let's go look at some soybeans. So now we are standing in the soybeans, and we're going to be trying to time our fungicide application of Miravis Neo for the soybeans here. So the big one disease that we're looking to control this year for us is frog eye leaf spot, but Miravis Neo does have a control or a suppression label for all of these other diseases. We won't sit here and rattle them all off to you, but there you go. Take a little picture of them if you need to. So I think we're at like R2. Zach and I are going to look at what stage we're at here. He's pulling out his soybean, and let's see where we're at.
We're kind of towards R2 here. You kind of see on the bottom here that we do have some pods starting to develop, but we always say R3 is pod of 316 on the upper foremost nodes. So kind of when you come up here, you know, we got our flowers. So the flowers, R2 is when there's flowers at the top of the canopy. So we're kind of R2 here, you know, and we're kind of coming down like we're just starting to kind of get into that R3. You kind of see pods starting to develop here. So
We're right there. We're close.
And like I said, you want to have over 50% of the field be in that stage, or that optimal stage.
Yep. So we're not there yet, but we're probably a week or so out, you think? About a week. So we'll be back in here in a week. And let me tell you what, we might be looking at something special here, guys. This Wayne's gonna be smiling on this one. From the 20 acres that I covered here, this, knock on wood, this might be some really fun corn to harvest. All the work, you know, improvements, the big fertilizer bills that I've pushed in to try and improve this farm to do what it could do, might really shine this year. I've thought hard about, you know, maybe trying to put together a video of everything that I've done to get the farm to this point. And I think that I'll do that because actually when I started this farm, or started YouTube, I guess, was pretty much when I bought this farm. So kind of put together the whole story. Turning out here in the hayfield. People going down S70 probably breaking neck looking at what the heck's going on over there doing that. But one of my first YouTube videos, this corn is phenomenal. Way back when was actually, we'd caught like 10 inches of rain in 10 days. And that was one of my first YouTube videos that did like 1,000 views. And yeah, I'm thinking I'll put that together for you. But this is a kind of, you know, I'd hate to say an emotional thing right now, which Kind of is, you know. Kind of is. Wayne be very happy with the way his farm looks right now. I think he'd probably be pretty happy with, yeah. Anyways, good looking corn. Wow, we're gonna get wet, guys. Oh, we got it. Thing about spraying without your rear boom, your window gets really dirty. You can get a little bit of the falling off of it. So, I'm not done with fungicide and beans too early right now. But one of the fun places that I've got left to do is the pumpkin patch. And I'm really hopeful that I got somebody maybe gonna hit that with a drone, because the corn maze is looking awesome this year. I'm hoping that gets drone footage. We gotta run over there anyways, because I gotta go help unload putt-putt. Well, they had the putt-putt unloaded by the time I made it over here. So we've got a putt-putt at the pumpkin patch. That was something that I was gonna try and build, but we are super far behind on everything this year. So we found a putt-putt, and actually found that for less than I think that I could have bought the materials and built it for. So we've got that. But let's finish out the video with a little 2025 pumpkin patch tour, show you guys kind of what we've got going on. The corn maze is looking fantastic this year. Here's the design of it. It's definitely challenging this year. I've gotten lost mowing in there quite a few times. Our apple trees are rocking and rolling. We've had to go around and hoe out around all the trees a couple of times. The rain has just kept things going, and it's like there's just been no break. The good news is the trees that got hit by the Japanese beetles, which is also one of our nuisances that we've had this year, they're gonna try and make their way through it. They've got new growth coming onto it. You can just see what the Japanese beetles did to the apple trees. They just skeletonized like all the leaves on them. But as you can tell, we've got new growth coming back onto them, and I got some juice that the Japanese beetles don't like that are taking care of them. Pumpkins this year are pumpkining. It's been another challenging year getting pumpkins growing. I do have a relatively weed-free pumpkin patch. I could have taken care of the corn, but I ended up leaving the corn. I actually kind of like having the corn out there in a couple of places. The one other thing that you'll see is that there is a shack over there, because we have paintball markers. That is a target range set up for that. That's one of our new attractions for the year. 4 of those, some moving targets, things for people to plink at. So that's kind of a fun deal. There's really nothing new here in the play area that's being built right now. It is just simply a continuation of mowing grass every 4 days. So to try and keep the grass mowed, it's just kicking our butt. The corn at the pumpkin patch is looking pretty healthy. It's actually looking like it's gonna pump out some yield, some of that 15-inch corn. We pulled an ear the other night. The math on it was dang near 300 bushel corn. So knock on wood, that's not gonna yield 300 bushels. If it does, I'll eat a steak. We've had a couple of other growing challenges. One of the bigger growing challenges was Jake seeded this down with annual ryegrass and regular grass, and it was growing really great. And then all the rain killed it, sir. So I had to reseed that again. It's like, that's the expanded play area for more activities, because our attendance has grown and hopefully grows again this year. But we are getting really close here to the zinnia time. There are plenty of weeds out here. We've actually got some kids coming to help take care of the weeds. Molly has her sunflower starting to bloom. I think our timing on the flowers and zinnias, or the sunflowers and zinnias, will be off a little bit this year. Here's your Japanese beetles, these dang things. But yeah, so sunflowers around the outside, they've again been blown down. If somebody knows how to get sunflowers to actually stay up, let me know. Our bridge this year is in a little bit different location. It is Still a very largely favorited spot of the raccoons, where you can overlook the pumpkin patch area and the zinnia area. So that's a pumpkin patch update for you guys. Targeted open date somewhere in the early September's. My guess is the zinnias will be probably middle August. So here in a couple of weeks, depending upon if the weeds keep growing and if we can get them out of there. But yeah, quick little pumpkin patch update for you. It's sweltering. We'll see you guys in the next video. Say bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly.
See you guys.